What's going on YouTube? Blue Collar Success here. In today's video, I am going to be talking about different types of welding. I know I touched on this in the past of is being a welder really worth it? Can they really make over 100K? Yes, it depends. But the main factor is your job really that replaceable? Now, and we all want to make a lot of money and enjoy at least half of the time of what we do. So, I mean, welding, it can make a lot of money if you find a niche. Now, underwater welding, for example, is great. Yes, it has one of the highest death rates, fatalities. It's 15%. It's the highest for all occupations. It's pretty darn high from decompression illness, wildlife attack, explosions, electrocution, stuff like that. But overall, even welders in like the Great Lakes area, I was looking it up. They make an average hourly rate of $44 an hour for the Midwest, and that's about $91,000 a year. And that's just the base salary. That's not including overtime. That's not including if you travel to like the coast and you do deep sea welding, then it goes up. You can make upwards of $100 an hour, and then you get paid. I don't know the exact math on it, but I have a buddy who does it, and he says that every foot they go down below a certain depth is like an extra. I don't know. I don't want to give wrong numbers, but he said it's a significant amount of money for each foot they go down below what they almost is unsafe. So they do end up making quite a bit of money. I don't know. I'm a pipe fitter. I've been doing it for 10 years, and I was started in the shop and all that. But he works 6 to 7 months out of the year. He's busy as hell working all this overtime, and then he has half the year off to do whatever he wants. And he makes in that amount of time what I'd make in a full year with overtime, with me doing overtime. So he's easily pushing 100 grand in 6 7 months, which isn't bad. If you worked year round, you could probably make 150, 160. But it's all what you want. But underwater welding is very lucrative. But you have to get into it and go to school and be confident in doing it, because it's a big deal, and get the proper training. Now, shop welding, like production line welding, fabrication. Production welding is kind of starting to go away. That's where I started, and I can see a lot of robots doing that work, or it's just very little pay. I mean, still welding is still a skill, but it's a lot easier to replace someone who just sits there every day and lays the same bead. Brutal, honest truth, but it is. Than someone who can fabricate, read from blueprints, install pieces, and yeah, that's a lot harder to replace someone with those skills. But I've seen jobs in my area for a general shop welder, production welder, go from 15 to 21, which really ain't much nowadays. Now, if you're going to the fabrication fitter side of things, you're looking at 25 to 29 was the top out I saw, which it's decent money, but it's nothing to brag about. I mean, $29 an hour, you're doing some decent overtime, you can make a pretty good living. But then again, you don't want to be just your whole life consumed with work and breathing in those fumes. So, yeah. Next, you could get on the pipeline. Honestly, you could join a union, become a pipeliner, but that's all. A lot of that gets into politics because of the oil and gas industry and stuff like that. But that's very lucrative as well. If you're away from home a lot though, you're always traveling, but you can make a lot of money, upwards of 200 plus grand a year for being a pipeline welder. From what I hear, I don't know. There's got to be some exact stats on that. I looked it up on Google. They said upwards of 250 grand a year, but I don't know how accurate that is. I mean, I believe it if you're on the road all the time, getting paid per diem, all this other stuff. But honestly, in my opinion, this is why I got out of the production field and the fabrication field and got into steam fitting. I joined my local union, did my apprenticeship, and I'm in-house somewhere. And I may not make amazing money, but I make pretty darn good money. I'm not making as much as a pipeliner or underwater welder, but I'm making a decent amount to support my family and I. And really helps that I get overtime, and overtime, you can make a lot of money on overtime now. And I also want to emphasize how much it is important to spend time with your family and friends. Don't just work, 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 work. Spend time with your loved ones and your family and friends. But also, it is important to work to be able to do fun stuff and have those fun opportunities to go and travel and do all that. But so in the ranking, I feel like shop welders, production welders make the least, then fabrication, then underwater pipeliners probably make about the same. And it all depends on what you want to do. Do you want to have more risk for more reward, or do you just want to play it easy and steady and go to the same place every day and just do what you're told to do and do it to the best of your ability and go home and that's it? It's really up to you as an individual what you want to do. I'm just sharing some options, and then it goes even more in depth. If you want to do pipe welding, you can learn TIG. Stick welding is what primarily they do on pipeline welding. So you can TIG, stainless steel pipe, and you can learn it all and you can end up making a pretty decent amount of money. Now, I do other videos on this other stuff, but managing your money is so important when you're a blue collar worker. So I will continue doing videos on that, harping that home. Some of you may get annoyed at that, but if you can manage your money and remain debt free, or not all the way debt free, but at least majority, don't have a big flashy truck, and you have more money sitting in the bank, the you're better off you are, because when downtimes come, which I fear they will be, yeah, you'll be way better off. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. This is it's an easy video to make, but I don't know how many people actually know about the different types of welding. And if you're really good at one thing, you gotta grow and practice and learn something new. You don't want to be stagnant. You want to just continue to grow. You want to become the best you can be in your field, because it's going to get more and more competitive in these fields. With these low barrier of entry fields, it's going to get more and more competitive. You got to start getting a very high sought after skill and be the best at it. Practice every day. Learn all you can. The knowledge is where you get paid. It's not just, laying a bead is good and all, but it's the knowledge behind how how metal works and all that stuff. It's good to combine both the skill aspect, the hands-on, and the knowledge. So that's my advice to you guys, is that yes, welders can make well over $100,000, but is it common? No. And most welders I've dealt with top out at 28, and $28 an hour nowadays, really, it's okay, like I said, but it's really not that much anymore with inflation and everything. It's getting bad out there. So just sharpen your skills, do all you can do, and learn something new every day. And good luck to you all. Thank you for watching.